The countdown to net zero has begun. We have to install millions of smart meters, millions of heat pumps, millions of EV chargers. It's going to take an enormous amount of investment to roll that out. And that is going to deliver what we describe as smarter energy for all. Hi, I'm Sean Latus. I'm the CEO at Calisen. Calisen has a mission as smarter energy for all, helping customers transition to net zero. We're the UK's largest provider of smaller scale net zero infrastructure. Look, we all have to do more for net zero. You only need to pick up the newspaper or look out of your window to see that. That net zero transition, we haven't got long to get that delivered out to 2050. And it comes in two forms, I would say, on the demand side and on the supply side. On the supply side, that means rolling out many more wind turbines, solar panels on a large scale. On the demand side, which is where Calisen plays its part, is providing technology and infrastructure down to an individual consumer level, helping them control the use of power, for example, by giving them smart meters and access to technology, through decarbonising heat in homes and in businesses by using heat pumps rather than using gas, and by harnessing solar panels on roofs, for example, tying them in with batteries so that we're using green power much more effectively and decarbonising away from gas. Deploying all of that infrastructure over the next few decades is going to cost billions and billions of pounds. And we can't expect everybody to put that on their mortgages or borrow for that. I think we need to think as a country on how are we going to help people finance this transition to net zero. And that's something that's really important just to help the speed of deployment. How can we make it much cheaper for the general public to get this infrastructure on their walls? Yeah, if I take smart meters, for example, we've rolled out millions of smart meters in the UK. People don't see the impact of that on their bills. Right? That comes at a zero net cost to an end consumer. Companies like Calisen borrowing the money to provide that infrastructure and then passing that cost on through energy retailers who are making their own savings to cover the cost. We're borrowing that money in a large scale from all sorts of long-term infrastructure investors at a cost which is much lower than the consumer will be able to fund themselves. And we can see that the similarities in how we use that for smart meter deployment, where we can also use it for other assets such as batteries, heat pumps, solar, just to make it much more affordable, and where the cost is actually spread over a much longer period of time in line with the life and duration of those assets. We are definitely travelling in the right direction. So we are seeing really great progress now across a number of different areas. The electrification of transport, the electrification of heat. We've got much more to do, and we do need to pick up the pace. If I think about what more we've got to do out to 2050, however, it's great to start to see us making real steps towards that progress.